Blind Faith Live. Real people, real miracles. I'm Philip Keller. Brand new episodes every Tuesday in this archived Issam's Insight. Enjoying the difficult times?
Before, we're saying that I see God's hand in everything that happens every day. Could be very, very small thing. Let's say a patient being late, or something going against my schedule, let's say, or having terrible pain that could impede my work. My mind is so disciplined. I see only a blessing coming through everything. And that's the type of moment by moment. Here, when I do that, and we are all capable of doing that, and we talk about our mind being focused the right way, we invite God actually in our life. We invite God into the moment.
It's acceptance. It really is acceptance of everything.
It is.
And okay, for example, you just mentioned something, and this happens now and then, and we'll get upset for you sometimes because a patient suddenly just doesn't show, or I'm sorry, I'm going to be 45 minutes late, which totally screws up your schedule. What has that in a positive way? What has that meant? Or is that merely a discipline of go with it? What is that?
Yeah. Well, the least that he could get out of that type of an experience is the steadiness of your mind. The least I get from it is my patience, my endurance. I keep on having the same state of mind. Instead of the first reaction would be, I'm mad. Why did they do that? And so I fight even with myself about those personal things. I have to make sure that I'm controlled, fully. So the struggle continues, but at the same time, by doing this, I'm inviting God nonstop. I'm inviting His will to materialize every moment in here. And finally, it starts occupying your whole life. It becomes such a complete different way of existence. Your interpretation of everything changes around you when you do that stuff.
It's also instant peace. It's instant peace.
I know the meaning of the peace that was promised us. I'll give you my peace,
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it is. It's about us having a steady type of state of mind that is always focused the right way. And it's a daily struggle, actually, with us, because we are human beings. Look at Jesus, the reaction. He has the emotions of the human being because he was fully human. And our struggle continues every day that way. Now, to tell you the truth, you reach a level, I don't know whether even I can call it a struggle anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Everything turns into an incredible blessing.
You also try to, in a big way, sometimes you wonder, you can't find the car keys. Where are the car keys? They were there. Now they're not. Somebody's late. Somebody still has to go to the bathroom. You're trying to get people in the car, and you're going crazy. Mm. And on a huge scale, you could have just avoided an accident that you would have been in. Who knows how who knows how God is working this thing? Who knows?
Yes, that's the healthy way of thinking. Mm-hmm. Not only is this when you do that stuff, God's presence becomes more touchable. It fills up your life, and I'm talking moment to moment. It becomes a joyful thing because here, with every shortcoming, with every fall you have, and you are deep inside steady in your reaching that perfection, it brings him more and more joy, because here he is interacting, really, not only perceiving you as such being in between within him, but it becomes he gets a feedback that is joyful for him. You see, and as long as we are seeking his blessings, get more and more. He enjoys me and you going about a regular daily life and dealing with all the issues more than he enjoys the one that goes into seclusion, seeking the interrelationship only with him, because it becomes idle. The father celebrated the prodigal son more than the son that did not sin. You see those things. There is a beauty even in our struggle like this. There is a beauty to it, especially if we are continuously connected to Him.
And I started thinking about, for me, I no longer have to go to that the radio job with all the distractions and all the politics and all that. I don't even have the distraction of seeing stuff that I shouldn't be looking at. You know what I mean?
Yes.
There is a blessing in the blindness, in that I am not distracted by all those things people are looking at that I can't even see if I wanted to look at them. There's a huge blessing in the lack of distraction, that you can focus so beautifully on that moment to moment. Maybe easier than most.
Yes, and not only this, it's a completely different way of living too. Different awareness. It's a different life that we lead than on a daily basis.
But I think about people out there in the world, and we can sit here and we can criticize all get out about what they've done and the underhanded things and the lack of integrity and moral discretion and decisions they make in business. But the fact is, it's a lot tougher there than it is for me right now, or it may be even for you right now. They're up against it. I think maybe more than at least more than I am. I don't want to speak for you, but more than I am.
Yeah, but I have learned how to carry Jesus with me into all situations. To tell you the truth,
As we all should.
Yeah.
As we all should.
No matter where I am, even people, let's say during a wedding, they are celebrating, my mind is on Jesus nonstop. I take Him with me wherever I go. But the real Christianity is about us being in between those people, actually. And that's my function. That's your function. Look, you are bringing Jesus to how many now listening to your message?
It's growing slowly but surely,
yes.
And it will grow more. I know.
Yeah, we are not isolated from the world. No, maybe the whole thing is about changing the way we are living.
One of the things about podcasting is, you're supposed to be an authority. Yeah, you're supposed to. You're the authority on your website. You're the authority in your podcast. I'm not. I don't make any claim of being an authority here. My claim is only that I'm on this journey along with everyone listening, and we learn from you. You always point us towards Christ, and that's who ultimately we learn from. Because everything that we're talking about, He either talked about or experienced. He lived it. He taught about it. He did a parable on it. There's really nothing He didn't touch.
Yes. Not only this, the other point, and there is here, you are putting your faith to work. And this is extremely important when it comes to us reaching a level of connectedness that could allow us to perceive Him on a continuous basis. We as Christians, our faith takes us to heaven. There's no question about that. It's the grace, through that faith. But in order for us to be active members in the body of Christ, we have to put it to work. And I think you are experiencing that part. You are putting it more to work. You are conveying the message to people. You are already making yourself active. And the truth to tell you, I've been expecting you to have even more and more of that heavenly experience. Because that's the whole thing is about that. If I sit idle, maybe I'll have a personal, some type of, limited spiritual experience. But when I put it to work, and then I fortify that eternal principle of love, which is connectedness to everything else. So by working and putting our faith, to work or manifesting it for other people, automatically we are honoring the unity that is within God. And that's a mystery how I wish every believer would contemplate, because that's the most direct way to having that experience in heavenly experience, or to bring that heavenly thing down to this earth, by making it active, by sharing it, by communicating it to people around us.
Well, I'm definitely someone who thought that always happened to other people, and it's a very interesting process. And it really boils down to the two things Christ gave us, which was you put God first, and then you treat everybody like you want to be treated.
Yes.
And the supernatural happens.
Yes.
It just comes with it. It's just a natural part of that.
It's so true. It's so full of truth.
Yeah.
And Jesus, look at that. Like he mentioned, I was in prison, you did not visit me. I was hungry, you did not feed me. The same concept.
And I hope maybe this, I've talked about this 8-lane highway connection you have with God, and that we're all trying to add lanes to our highway, and mine started with a dirt path. This is very real. All I'm saying is this is just one of those little momentary podcasts where I'm just kind of like sharing my ups and downs and foibles, and I've screwed up in this podcast, and I've made mistakes, and I've kind of backtracked and tried to figure this out, and little messages along the way. But to feel it that close, where it really is moment by moment, is a heavenly experience.
Yes.
The discipline is heavenly, if you want to call it discipline, redirection, whatever you want to call it. He's right. He loves us that much.
Exactly.
And it's open for everybody. The beauty is it's open to everybody. Trust me, I'm nobody special, and you don't got to be special to have that kind of communication. I get a hoot because he does so much of it with the music thing, and it's like, okay, this is kind of funny. The radio guy gets the music thing, but I think that's just the opening door. That's just part of the opening door.
Yes, and actually, to tell you the truth, I enjoy the difficulties more than I enjoy the successes.
The redirections? Would you call it the redirections?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
Even at any difficulty, you get so used to having that kind of a overcoming, let's say, all the difficulties in your life. It becomes a routine type of a thing that you do every day. So we enjoy that difficulty. I can't complain about it. Really, I can't complain about it. I have to accept it and all of that. And I deep inside, I do enjoy it.
You chuckle about stuff.
Yeah.
You get to a chuckle when things. Well, I don't even go into it. Just there are physical things that are just you've been hit with a lot of different stuff, and you ultimately just kind of laugh your way through it somehow.
I do.
It's a mindset. You just kind of I don't know, man. I don't know. You just deal with it.
And that's the concept, in general. I mean, that's the concept. That's the way that's how the Christian mind should be.
Thank you, Dr. Issam Nemeh, the physician of Unshakable Faith, on Blind Faith Live. Real people, real miracles. I'm Philip Keller.